issues. So agar mulavi puna programming language kalairana mini punya avasiyam nahi. Okay. Yeah, let me quickly start. And before I start, I would like to thank palkartimes.com. Palkar Times, Vishnu Mula in the giant Garasi. So Palkar Times also helping and supporting to conduct this event. Thank you, Vishnu. And yeah. Right. So Python, very casual classes. It can be interactive also. You can stop me anywhere. Let's interact. Or you can just ask the questions at the end of the session. Okay. So first, we creator of Python. So Ponya Mesikamula ella pon deki deria manarevia me kalail na minunte arvam raisi. So ella vi Guido van Rossum mini ontanu and every Dutch programmer. So ella groupum kungadi Dutch like Dutch language. I think the mari konnila mani min la rasi. So ella Dutch many halu the word pronunciation sometime I first time maybe like I am in Kalana jeti. I have given you a link to the link in Juti maybe the Lakona correct pronounce karata. So Guido van Rossum many kona correct pronounce karata. So the Lavi Kalailuo. Kamana the Lapuravi interview questions for high if someone want to step into this IT field, software development to more. This could be one of the interview questions. Now, first now we want many pronounce characters to put the color now. And this Python is not very new. Maybe now it is becoming very popular and we are more often talk about Python. But the first release of the Python, it was in 1991. So it's already on a silver jubilee that is written here. So, but due to the data science and Satalamari evolve all technology, la Python is now it's getting very famous. Okay, and sorry, now idea roughly I will first release in idea. Sorry, corner hands hatamani flower local idea. Chokor high. Yeah, I just quickly wanted 2 minutes. I will run this video.
Do not create PowerPoint presentations before watching this.
Sorry, I'll skip it.
Hi, this is Dr. Bhartian. We are here at the Oracle Open Word and Code One Summit, and today we have with us the creator of Python, Credo. First of all, welcome to the show, and I've been following you for a while, so it's good to meet another, kind of luminary from the open source world. So thanks for, meeting me today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. So first of all, what are you doing here?
I was ready to come here to receive a Groundbreaker Award, which is a new kind of award that they're giving out to a very small number of people who have been creating or influential in major open source projects.
Why did you create Python? Any personal, anecdote that you like, or when it happened, you like, oh, like Apple fell and you're like, oh, I have to create Python.
Yeah, that's sort of that. I don't know how much this is like a revisionist origin story, but the story I always tell is I was working as a programmer on a project named Amoeba, which was a distributed system, and it was actually a microkernel-based system.
Okay. So let me just go back to the slides. Okay, so scientist and he also started his journey as a programmer. So let's transfer on the Python create Karasi. So it gives a good feel, when you know about the creator kono, sata kono se ella koppo release viresi ella 3 point kala athalavanda chokkodonda feel avai sari Python so at the step jengamani. All right, so I think I asked you to download and install this Python IDLE and PyCharm IDE. So you can try to install before the next class. So ela diye ami ela classic use kariwe. Chala mari tumi install kartar test kari silwo. Test your learning environment. Python ideally start kari just on the one line of program see execute kari run for a minute. Silwo. Chala mari PyCharm mulla. If you know how to create a project, you can create a project and add a Python file and write one line and execute and make sure you have a working learning environment. That will be very important step for you. Okay, so and test your thinking skills. So that's also more important. So module jugo student kai sangan manati. I class mai vadyar sangitera program angka kartak kavi odane kalayar si. But mo the problem di mo program likata avarani. So lavi jugo students avi complaints say. So the reason just language kalaya chokot code kartam say manari that's not the thing. Right? Even spoken English class mula jaratano ukatano course musatyo chokot watakarasi ukatanga watakartam musarani. So English skill dia pijaiga watakarta kalaya. So watakarta so more than the language we have to have some other skills. So the lemari programming kalayamullo on the automation on the computerization, so we have to have other skills. So we should also sharpen our thinking skills. So the simplest thinking skills learning and recalling. Learn karrasi. Recall use so that's a very basic, simplest thinking skills. No doubt. So on top of higher order thinking skills like HOTS, HOTS, many simple out on the higher order thinking skills. Learn maybe understand important. Which is a basic class apply in the right place, in the right situation, and program. Argue kiri so like tokod solutions ye tala mana team kar hat tala vi okadangal review khalli so like kona go ahead karo kai mini on evaluation stage mulla vi hellat you really create a project and take it to the implementation. So lamari the learning okay, it's just normal reminder. And you have to make sure your Python environment is set up and your thinking skills are very sharp. And if you are ready, set, and we can start coding. Okay, okay, so in the class, we just on the summary. So summary I will see whether I can, if you have installed the software. I don't know whether I have the poll option here record. But yeah, polls is here, right? So Python setup. So let me launch. So to me, can you try to answer this question, simple question? So just a frank why to me install okay, camera maybe we are multitasking, right? We are doing too many jobs. Can Savatala probably will be able to do it. That is fine. But I just want to have a feel of so right roughly on the 50% I will install Kerrasi. On the 40% I will still we have to install, but try to install during this time and probably before the next class. Okay, so let's just end the poll. Okay, so the interactions by minutes, we will try to have poll here now and then to see, and time is very precious. Yes, they all I mean, you put time like we have to use all the latest technologies that is available. How nicely we can interact and get a feedback so that we can proceed with the right thing. And in the class, we will not use PyCharm. Always for a beginner, we suggest to use Python ideally, just to code liki see we practice karasi tikalo we fluency right. So better use Python ideally for some time until you become very familiar with the syntax of the Python language. Okay. And yeah, so maybe foundation Mari Python learning environment setup color. Once Karathilla Savagatum in the Marionte, here repair Somalanji bear, Moon bear, right classes. And Anka first step of it, we will probably learn variables, data types, operators. So any programming language, basics of it. What rules variables, data types, operator less away. We will get into the other topics. Let's move on. Before that, probably problem solving, this is very widely used approach in system analysis and software engineering is input, process, output. For any problem, problem or whatever the requirement requirement output by doing this computerization or by developing this software, what is the outcome and what we are expecting? So I'm going to output output to go, input we say, and process input and the output yes na. So any problem model they are input, process, output. So mind any problem I approach understanding better. Right? I mean, understanding is one of the skills. Thinking skills learning, then recalling many things. Okay, you could learn and the database told us as a knowledge base. Maybe bias the thamu recall geri khalatakarana. Chokpat purinji tholrana. Understanding even the understanding the problem itself is very important. That no chokpat think keri anka kaidis chaka your podaranimedi. So the requirement on there as it called question to satak the kunata kel pusi. Requirement clarity belly on chokpat purinjil rasi, then kai either sare manari, chokpat kalail rasi manare, belly owl. So that's more important. Okay, the stage jana. Okay, so quickly to see the Python variables. So when we compare with other programming languages, variable declaration is not needed in Python. That's the thing. Suppose C programmer, C++, Java. So the variable use can first declare. So declare use you will get runtime error, right? So, but in Python, you don't need to declare the variable. You can straight away use. When we see the example, you will know. Okay, and you can assign a value of any data type. Which is declaration. Maybe more like hot coding. I mean, int a many integer variable. Maybe declare integer on 10 store. So the declaration maybe on hot code. So variable declaration we not required when you assign a value, you have a freedom of assigning any value for that matter. So value assign karasi the variable it becomes of that type, data type. Okay. So the examples are so var1 it can be anything, any name. So equal to 1 many assign so on the number value assign str1 manare angunta variable. So elamavi within double quote py many on the string on the text string assign so different data type. Of course, this is a very basic data type. Okay. And next, we assign values to multiple variables in one statement. One statement one variable mo on the value store. Okay, on the statement. Look at this example. I have small a, comma, capital A, comma, small c. So equal to 2, 3, 4 minute. One test statement musami. రెండు అవి ఏం అసైన్ పోయి 3 అవి క్యాపిటల్ ఏం అసైన్ పోయి 4 అవి స్మాల్ సిమ్ అసైన్ పోయి సో ఒకటే లైన్ ఐ కెన్ అసైన్ 3 values to 3 different variables. So ఇలా లైన్ అవి సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ వెరీ న్యూ టు పైథాన్ ఇలా అవి ఇట్స్ అన్ అవుట్పుట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ప్రింట్ మిని within double quote taye as such print for alla we last sanjara sami detailed go don't worry if you are very new to this print statement. So alla it will print the values of the 3 variables. Of course some carry print correct. I mean plus is carry some carry, so moon a some carry it will print and Python is case sensitive. This is very important to note. Python is a case sensitive language. So for example, let's say asminati capital P time payment is likirate ella tappu actual ko ella dhamada tavi anka error avai. So the keyword avi small p start by print avi small p sengati rana print they all avi print ella capital P tail kriya invalid. I mean it's a case sensitive language. So onanha requirement calculate musna anka. So correct ga the syntax avi kalana the keyword avi kai case ki the case mostly likno. So mostly SQ avi lower case kar hai. Okay, and so the under note kalna dimi telamari variable similar case sensitives. So the small a capital A avi 2 different variable, they are not same. Okay, so an important note kelvo telamari variable avi it cannot start with a number. So now that me it cannot start with a number. Telamari keywords for avi variable name kanka use kalatam sna. The print menu on the keyword ne print menu on a variable now may use kalatam sna. So elaborate restrictions correct file now. Variable most we have 2 kinds. One is local variable and global variable. The scope of the variable mavayi you could detail in the sanguni we will see little later. So usually global variable manare it will be defined outside the functions so that the scope is open to all the functions or other programs. Okay, so this is in a nutshell variable minute allow at least kalairano egamamla juku sete, but this is good enough to know. When a variable we declare kartavendi variable look on the value direct ga assign kirwayi telamari multiple values to a multiple variable one test statement me assign kirwayi means Python navi case sensitive language, so you have to be very careful. The keywords pura correct ga tela case lower case more now. And the name of the variable avi it cannot start with the number, and keywords for avi variable name ko use karta musna. And the variable those defined outside a function is a global variable when you say. Next avi built-in data types. Mostly problem solving we have input which has to be processed to get an output case. And most of the time we have data. We are talking about data only, right? It's working on data only. So kai mari data types is there. Like data savi am itala variable assign geri tholare, correct? So don't savatun going on linked ga yosana gilla nothing karatala. We are working on problems working on data, yes, and these data are stored in variables. Yes, so the data types basic data type number and string. So like the basic data type why text type str keyword, and numeric type number types numeric types into float and complex variables. So very basic data type. And which advanced data type Python was very unique list and tuple many. Okay, be careful with the pronunciation, but slight machi manamala poni tappuni. Okay, and elapuramla maybe upon a pronounce karate many on the website check or you can hear from other professionals who are using it on the pronounce so tuple minimum area and range elapura sequence data types. Dictionary data types, set data types, set most on a special frozen sets and Boolean types, Okay, we have binary types set there. And none minute nil many I'm use karibe and so the none many data type see. Okay, these are all the built-in data types. So I use the word built-in. We do have user-defined data types. I think the advanced level maybe sometime later we will see. So these are all the built-in data types that comes with Python software. I mean, Python install karatalo available okay, and a type a function it is used to know the data type. Atau value say the value data type many type of the variable adum dias data type many output the so try okay, why not we try this? Probably, let me see. Okay, and I am going to start the Python ideally. So the Python shell video that there. So let mono greater than symbols in here. So use y or we can also use the black window like this. So use y. So I prefer to use this black color. And so try type. For example, say I a variable. Okay, some text assign so a single line. So enter type menu function or method. So a variable it's a class of string many sangari data type is string type. Class sangari Python totally it is an object oriented language. So light touch so okay. Let me not go into much detail. So Python is a object oriented programmers. So whatever we say in Python, it's all objects. So object oriented programming is like. So we will basically define a class and the instance of the classes object minimum area. I think let me not go into much detail because we have beginners here. So just to see this is the data type str this. So suppose we have number, say we see the type, put you right. So integer many hours. So okay, let me go back to this. So type is used to know the data type. Means data type casting is also possible. Integer and string compatible so compatible in the sense suppose int within bracket double quotum 2 say double quotum 2 within double quote or single quotum say the text or string data type minimum but string data type numbers we can convert it to a number itself. So int of the within double quote 2 the output a number 2 the float of 3 minimum 3 integer but output 3.0. Okay, the float variable what we call data type casting. This is possible. So this is all about the built-in data types. Okay. So next like any language, we do have Python operators, arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operator, right? So maybe max user as cover already programming fundamental maybe one or two me just highlight like plus operator or equal to operators assignment operator, right? So I can assign a value like a equal to a plus 3 many. There is also a shortcut plus equal to many. Okay, if you are very new, so a equal to a plus 3, so we can write like a plus equal to 3. So got a short form is a plus equal to a we repeat a equal to a plus 3. So short form of this A equal to A plus 3. So understand. Again, we are talking that understanding. So we have to understand how, what is the syntax and semantics of this rules. The rest of the things are mostly plus, minus, multiplication, division, so module, and the power, floor division. So LMRE plus equal to Mari minus equal to multiplication equal to so pura use ke bitwise operators pura. LMRE rendu variable compare karatalo, we can use this comparison operators. So most of the language are almost the same karai. Okay. And additional the logical operator and or not, so use to me. And few operators are quite unique to Python, like identity operators. So is not. So is say the same kimini sata. So membership operators in, not in. So maybe on the examples actual. So the list is a list number say puswai or a list number he puswai. So telamari usage supports operators. Like bitwise operators in any language we do have. Okay. Operator overloading concept. Again, this is object-oriented programming. Overloading one of the concept in object-oriented. So, an example, overloading a plus symbol of addition. But the number ka here add karte. The string ka here plus intelligent ka concatenate kare. So that is what we call overload. Overload means they काम जुकु जाता है. Plus means just to kutata काम उन्टन हा, number kutata उन्टन हा. So string आवे they concatenate करे मिलते. So we give one more task to plus. So that is the overloading concept. Okay. So what is our progress? So we have roughly understood the variables, data types, and operators. So one tapadi uncha JDA. So next time we are going to run DS Python comments. So discipline. So Python programming language it has a lot of discipline. Discipline and in general, in programming language, when you write a code, suppose critical ka yosna keri telat work rasi manati tele comment likit hota chakodusna the notes mari kamna ter odunu latugu logic kona avate manariyanka how done the kasham kaiti changes kanno kaiti amendment kanno many manata telat kaiti on the notes likit holata chakodu. And so that way, these comments will be very, very useful. As a good programmer, you can always use comments appropriately whenever there is a need. There is one single line that comment a hash symbol. Even total on the line, on the complete line, on the comment. Ni program code musi code likiti code aduthu on the hash the code line on the comment. Okay. Or say you want to have multiple lines, this comment triple quote use triple quote use you can have comments within your source code, program source code. Comments it is for us, for programmers. So the interpreter we will not execute it. So this will not be executed by the Python. By the way, it's a interpreter based again. So that will not execute. Comments will not be executed. And next important thing Python the indentation. The empty space at the beginning of the code of the line. The line order beginning the empty line tell us Python indentation. Python detects even unexpected indent and it raises error. So for example, 753 just on a calculator use just two numbers add. But there is a space in front. I get a syntax error. It says unexpected indent. So it forces the discipline. So space, let's say, many error there. Correct work for you. So indentation is very important to mark the starting of the code block. The example Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code. A conditional statement. A conditions true satisfy code of block work. Okay, so let's starting if start block of the code indentation. Indentation could be 1 space or 2 space, 3 space, or 1 tab, whichever you feel convenient. You can give that, but suppose on the space every line every space aligned. That discipline is very important. So indentation should be same. So it becomes a block of code. So if true complete block. That is how it understands. Okay, true aligned maybe execute area. So question some of the programming language want a code line musedi indicate programming semicolon time certain languages but Python on a new line it treats okay on a code line Germany so main new line. But sometimes semicolon end of the statement to use method end of the line. But starting of the block of the code and end of the block of the code indentation to is so if you cut to ullar so lines line indentation so they are the piece of Pascal audio. If you start alignment else okay. So that means if false else portion of jar else block work. So this is also very, very important to note in Python indentation. So indentation would use so code blocks indentation to area. So that is very important. They all Python is case sensitive when Python is indentation sensitive. So space very sensitive error okay. So Python is indentation sensitive also. Okay, so we have made the next progress. Commands patti kaayamna local idea, indentation patti makal idea. So what rendavathu padinja idea. So aduthu control statements in looping statements so usual maybe program the start carry so on the sequential some work so statement on a sequential flow while, but not all the time. Sometimes maybe a conditional flow well, examples of a sequential structure and the company salary Askithenga maybe on the cadre maybe it's a software engineer grade 1 salary so on bonus just for example only. Okay, so sequential same minimum just on the sequence same sequence. But sometimes maybe selection process of y selection structure of y salary grade 1 70,000 but bonus pata 5,000 bonus. When it becomes a selection process, a select group so other group so it's a 2 selection. So such conditional flow Python deal for that matter in any programming language. This is the elements we have to handle conditional flow. So the right side just it's a code just an example it's Python indentation perfectly use so while on the function actual so on the function so left side so the left side alignment on the block. Okay, okay, but the function on the indentation indentation alignment code again on the for loop many on the looping at the Sanjari SME. So here on indentation the block of code our see. If I don't take out a block of code our see. So this is the structure of this programming language. So that మీ కెరత ఇంకొక అర్థం ఉంటాయి. ఓకే. And if statement, it is used for the conditional flow. Elama avi LS syntax if the and expression ela colon musanna. Okay, so a gulum block of statements ravai the indentation very important. So indentation go any number of space or tab convenient ga retala use karlanu. Okay, so the expression true hoyati ela block of code execute for. Okay, true fine it will go into the next expression. Elif, ELIF, elif. So L expression check. L true for L block of code. So you can have any number of elif, but else many colon. Telamari aski statement mu end musaratala colon times. Okay, colon. So else colon times are it's a block of else block. The elements are yellow black color and the chamber or gray color and same. If statement use at least minimum if block. If block optional. Okay, if we need more checking when it is elif add kirwai payment. Elif k pai payment add kirwai. Telemari else payment elif puran hinata if in else one teth kirwai. Okay, Delamari nesting mulagirwai. Kamana one condition adum jetaru. Ella block of code I can use another if that we call nesting of if statement. Ella condition satisfy amlo mo angunta condition where check na. So menati adum ji angunta if tailuai. Neither the condition expression one mulla avarravai. Okay, it's how it is logically it may not be the same for everyone. One problem go. We can have different logic and different solutioning. So, Konya better manner me argue kari khadno. Konya we quick chalai. So, that's a laprasete. Okay. So, if statement if we compulsory ga if block rahna elapra optional. Payamana add kilwai. Okay. Else payamana add kilwai. No kamana just if one time. If and else one ta toluwai. Ni if be else toluwai. So if elif thoimula musalwa else not. So any permutation combination to meeting carries over. Okay, and elepuro the maybe tala Python ideal imji time abatolopra naga test carries over. Tala we I mean tala carries this monum chopot badinjay. Tala realistic tala understanding away long run tala dunga hotan jana. The random program carries it yeah, that's good enough. Example avi. If year of expression many on a variable year of exp greater than 3 here operator use for very beginner sangaria. So variable with the value in mono compare greater than the year of experience. So again syntax if we have colon colon and the indentation the telemari end of the statement on a new line characters. Okay, the line outria the end Python will understand. So new line character we \n many programming use so that's the end of the line. And if block adumu unte aligned garana salary bonuses ki unte aligned garana. So greater than 3 years of experience else block use suppose less than 3 years the salary bonus different. Just for an example. So the Python uses new line and sometimes semicolon also. Rend statement semicolon. Okay, then also it works. End of the statement block. The Python uses leading spaces, the indentation to identify the code block. Next, while and for loop. On take repeated iterative so loop so statement useful so while else light color optional else so while within bracket we can have a condition. So as long as the condition is true, it goes inside and executes these statements. Statements pura just a statement menu on the line it can be multiple lines. It's a block of code. Okay. Indentation again you have to note. While the other few spaces to be are on the tab to be, these statements have to be written. While musadatala on a colon say syntax kalail no. Okay. Else mula colon set the statements. So now while loop minimum here. So condition true for the statements execute for high minimum the condition block of the code mulla updates how layer high. The update at one point of time condition fail to false for a stage away. False for the musalli parada away. So telamari requirement rahatala while loop maybe use karive. Okay. Telamari for loop. For loop not a variable, but iterating variable meaning the idea common sequence sequence we have number series or anything on the sequence or wide the advanced data types discuss sequence. So the sequence the values for one by one variable now a variable now iterating variable iterative variable value much sequence no the variable values no in manner operator thing membership sequence one by one so again it's looping iteratively it works. So until the sequence is exhausted. Suppose the sequence 1 to 5 numbers 5 time iterate for 5 time iterate for. So for detailed guard to say indentation note for loop colon so this is for loop and iteration loop we may need to have some control statements, loop control statements like break, continue, pause. So abnormal process loop condition break use just it will come out from the while loop without checking all the conditions and other things. Check breaks break suppose 10 lines is a code, but on the end line jatala process number check further. Number check or iteration continue the it will go to the next iteration. So it will skip some of the code below that continue line. So requirement provide. Again, knowledge base detailed problem in a situation requirement recall again thinking they are learning and we are recalling at the right time when we have a requirement. Okay, process line code line continue we should go to the next iteration continue strike for so they all it's good to explore more and keep it in your database, so that will help you to give a very good logic and that will help you in problem solving also. Continue, then pass it will simply pass, it won't work anything. Okay, so now we have moved to the one more step of the JDA. So the other step we have basic data type Python numbers and strings DS basic type numbers as many mono numeric data type as we said integer, float and complex. So examples x equal to 7 say 5.3 float variable say and 3 plus 5 it's a complex, right? Complex number. So mono numbers integer, float and complex numbers. And float scientific number you can use e, small e or capital E to the power of 10 for example x equal to 35 e to the power of 3 35 into 10 to the power of 3. Then y equal to 7 into 10 to the power of 5. So scientific numbers. Again, as we said, conversion is possible. type conversion. So using this int float complex methods to be at the 7.5 say x sumo, but I use int of x minimum float variable integer ka convert for y. That means it will become 7 instead of 7.5. So when there is a need, you can do that conversion. Okay. Random number say number, since we are talking about number, random number generate random module many say. Again, Python, when we say Python, power is libraries many. Too many libraries are there in Python for every requirement and for every problem domain. So we have libraries. So the libraries, within libraries, we have a lot of modules, a lot of packages. Okay. And inside packages, have modules profile. So it's all available built-in modules. Okay, so random module mini say and the program use use import many keywords say import random random module and the program import okay, whole module. So random dot random range many on the method say method 1,10 1 to 10 on a random number. Every time I run on a random number generate for you. Okay. So the another method instead of import random, import random complete module import but allow just a random set the rand range method one time program of the other way to write the program from random import rand range rand range one time import for you. Is usage on the random import random dot method call. But suppose if you have imported rand range method straight away import random dot straight away method call. So that's the difference. So this is about the Python numbers. So next Python strings. So you can use single quote or double quote on the string variable text. So text you can either use single quote or double quote. Example there single quote in str double quote to maybe str. So both can be used. You can use triple quote for multi-line string. A string it runs more than one line, you can have triple quote, then that will be a long string. So let's say and string can be accessed like array maris, other programming arrays concept. So starting index is 0. So index index one letter suppose str 0th index S sette, 1 index T sette, 2nd index R sette. So the access variable V sene V square bracket index number. The V of 0 S output V of 1 T away. So that's how we can access the elements in the string. So string element one characters, right? So one character access you can use the string index and the notable point the index starts with 0. Okay. But negative index also valid and it starts with -1. Example V of -2 the last letter -1 reverse reverse okay, -1 and -2 -3 so V of -2 T output away. Okay, so maybe try the Python console you can just try all this. Okay, then you will really experience. Alien many on the method set length of the string characters use alien now str that function to know the length of the string. So alien v yeah. You can look through the string character by character using this. Mulla for loop mulla see for loop go through career. For loop iterating variable I so iterating variable I in many on the operator in membership operator. So in many string kalre Python. So for statement mo kai pay mana Python mana string mo unte sequence of character string, right? It's very simple. So unte character im avi avliya first tadava avi p avi im khliya so adum for loopum kai sangarasi the life we can nahi ketti next iteration avatala y khliya so t khliya h khliya o n so it iterates 6 times. So you can iterate like that. And telamari in and not in operator will work as illustrated above. Let me explain it here. The string slicing. So string slicing, a string variable. I mean, index to be survive in here. Just to want to index the as many the index and set the value on top by. But the string set on the substring more by atom. So the substring, that's what we call slicing, right? We slice a substring from a string. So tala kona karta. So tala kaya syntax manati. Within bracket mo pawn index don't start karna. Pawn index no musaldu no. Tala khalla hona. Okay. And step default ga be 1 by 1 ja rahe and step then amana divide. So let's see the syntax. Example my best wishes me on string kal rahe. Okay. So lava kai string variable 5 the asmana kai away. It's going to start from 0th index. They are like B0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Manatala W print for Telamari starting 5 sangitya W, end of 9 varakim ja. Many 5, 6, 7, 8, many wish many print for so starting index and ending index, but 9 khalna. So 5, 6, 7, 8 varakim khalai. 9 avatikam stop many sangire. So 9 khalana. So this is also a point to note. Okay. Starting away correct. Anjim start kare mane anjim start kare W mo. So la I6 S7 H8 ele e avatala 9 away stop mane so 9 khala. So that's important. Okay. So ele wish mane away. Tela mari 5 to 10 varakimo ele step away 4 ka jana. So 4 ka jump karna. So the you will experience it. You will really understand how it works. Okay, you will try to install get software. Python ideal single liner ka. Probably I will show one example so that we carry sort useful karai. Suppose string variable be best wishes. Because it is very basic, I mean, it was slower jariya. For beginners, okay, but me Kalaira Tangar bore but bear with us because it's a basic class. Concepts was slower jenga. Suppose string of 5:9 yeah. So wish many audio. So I lamar tai maybe you could practice line by line ka interpreter hal just a line interpret kare ready ka thod raha adutha line there then I so execute file avayi. So you can keep executing. Maybe I will show one more. Probably I will :4 tayas manati. :4 mana maybe beginning kaayamini sangirena. So it will begin from 0. End unte sangiriya 4. So the hal 0 arambichi 4 0 1 2 3 4 avatala stop mentiri all 4 jinna. So best best many away. Okay. So alamari untamla lama slide you can try. Okay. The slide probably later I will share. Chat the Gmail ID taile audu. The mail ID unta taile audu. Chat so slide that also. So before the class it ends with me, you can just type your email ID in the chat window. Okay, so allows negative index try -6 menati -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So vicious many print okay. So there are starting minus in sangire, minus end to sangire. So a minus index try. So this is about string slicing and string built-in methods. So building methods, yes, yeah, we just to quickly go through this. So otherwise, I think I'm around 1 hour seriously. I will quickly finish practical time. I give me clarity. String variables dot thovi, you can call the method. Dot thovi method call kanna. So upper many manati tell string avi upper case much. So elaborate nana vishankar yamulla ele jukku kalata savi ami unde file handle karrasi file into the content promo compare करना मैंने मैंने ASCII first case सर्क करना ASCII उनटे case में रहती compare करता हूँ से so नहीं मैंने आता उन्टे ना इंडिया तब में उन्टे data खला रासी इंडिया मैंने तो उन्टे ना capital इंडिया ताई रहा है उन्टे ना small इंडिया ताई रहा है so type हना तो लास्ट मंचे में ते दे रहा नो कदनो small type पड़ा तो उन्टे space ताई दे रहा नो तेरा data cleaning it's too difficult data science उनसे तंग कलाई तो इला हमारी विषय हम करता लो पूरा इला method पूरा कुछ अंगा use हुए पूरा upper class मचाते तेरा string हो नी पूरा lower class मचाते है नी strip में ना तेरा white space beginning and end से तेरा white space पर head इस ये and you can replace so on the string portion don't hang on the string portion substring we can replace you can split based on a pattern संगी ऐसा कमा तो भी पूरा भी split के लिए जाता हूँ सही or levi full got digits to say a string adumo numbers to say the pin code time in mendrasi pin code even a string ka aurasi so levi digit ko say kai me check and so each digit the my string avi plus to we carries it will concatenate minimum suppose avi string of amount double quote by amenity double quote is already used as the starting of string and end of string more the string of double quote payment tele escape sequence itne tele backslash tai tele colon tai tele sorry tele double quote tele double quote you can use within the string so like quickly about built-in methods and we can write our own method as we said we can have user defined methods so we have made one more step okay basic data types kind of tela quick I'm going to stage area there runtime avi input manner avi okay on the value on a variable assign karte ami mulasi yeah so you get input value directly assigned or hard coded to a variable that's fine instead of more runtime usage avi my khadna many minute there is a input method input within bracket a question run kareti then a question pusa enter your name in pusa I mean, enter career runtime the enum store. This is again assigning a value to a variable called n, but instead of hard coding at runtime, I am asking the user to give the value. An output statement. So output statement print small p. Okay, print function syntax ka hai. Syntax पर अभी तुम्हें advanced IDE use करता ला अभी even Python IDE मुल्ला एला functions पूरा भी आंगे help available कर है एला syntax पूरा भी जुको कलाना जी हमले इसे काम में कलाइल रहता मुझे ये but as a beginner it's good that you know you do some hands on एला काम में कलाइली एला वो try करी सी एला experience करी सी ये थी एला detailed का कलाये थी सी nowadays we don't even write we can even ask you know like ChatGPT to write a small segment of the program but telepora hemulla then likare correct ya mene anga saatha kalana ina or the amount of modification and we have to own that program though it is written by somebody else like ChatGPT or whatever we should be able to own that program, right? The own can manage one time the line mulla or detailed program kai karras correct karras yeah me either sara mari se correct input to correct process karras manare anga vi ascertain karta kalana tell scrutiny karta kalana mane tumko conducive programming knowledge rano yeah tell avi basics pura me avi thorough create tell takkari sathikam every time ChatGPT correct code dinna mo kalai mulla jugu all tappu code aurasi la sanget na apologize kallai yeah ChatGPT apologize I overlooked and I will give you the correct code again so tell for chalari so we should be able to you know really understand the code and own the code tell code and the code hoyana tena likiriyamla and the code hona mana Anka kalairana, we must be responsible. If something going wrong, we should be able to point, okay, ella halu sauri, ella line correct and ella tappu se, so ella in requirement me ella mari purinjile ella program likiriya, requirement ella haya, me ella program is a machunaya. So those things are there. They have again and again, though we have a lot of helping hands technologically, chat GPT, we should be able to really see through the programs are correct. Tela one karatakkalano. Tegalaga anga kalayati sevi tela karatamuse. Al kalailno and practice jukku kenno. Develop sevi it will become very good. So print statement la syntax kayamenati multiple values. Value comma many jukku value the y. Ellatuku you have SCP many separator. Like who value kona print kanna. Default का space तो भी print कराई चला हमारी end मुसड़तला इला line मुसड़तला काय करना new line character इला slash n मैंने new line ते मुसन्ना चला हमारी file इला भी code धड़ना इला output default का sys.std out मैंने थी monitor जड़ाई okay इला डावी हमें अंटा text file click की मैंने मिला संगवाई इला मचुआई but default का इला std output standard output जड़ाई and flush every time it's going to flush false true again note the syntax capital F false syntax okay so mari unta statement syntax karana print avi use color print statement exhaustive so you have to note all the arguments in the print statement and what are all the defaults set in the print function the print avi it will return none in case if you want to check that return value. And one more time, remember Python is case sensitive like let false capital F, let small p print. So output statement multiple value. Okay, mono strings comma print mono value print case. Okay, and LMRE mono value but SCP SCP Tairani they all default value around space right. Comma value comma separate right. That's the difference. Try out multiple values SCP and again end new line character default line new line character. Instead of single new line, I have given 3 new lines. So, on the line print karta one print kettigi on the moon empty line right. Print so, it will really make you understand how it works and you can really understand the arguments of value chata result our meaning. Okay. And output a text file default monitor area, but suppose you can also a file source file meaning a file variable a file variable you can open a file in a write mode then the file close so a value it will go to the file, it will be returned to the file instead of printing in the monitor. Okay, and you can output a format karwai. So, for example, say I have given my name. When you write, you can change to your name and the age or whatever. So, I'll print kartala within double quote. So far, I want a string dias, a variable dias. Yeah, we have the modular function. The percentage yes, it will going to replace a string variable, the value in the string variable. Percentage it will replace a number integer. So, quote say con variable value at pascala percentage bracket first name second age so this is one another format, print format. You can try in the console. Percentage team on tab area under the new line character area. Multi-line you can have a backslash here so that it will take. Line multi-line line monitor y. You can try all this and Python 3 you do have one more F string concept to say. F colon the hard-coded string delay hote hain hai. Instead of that, you can mix both the variable plus hard-coded strings text. Within curly bracket mo ella variable now dinno. Menat ella name avi ella replace hoyi hai. Ella is so print hoyi. Tela mari age ella replace hoyi hai. So years of old. So ella try kiri so it's one another printing method. Yeah, this is one more thing. Dot format methods. A string double quote dias niya. Tela double quote diasi. Timi 0, 1 many index digi. Dot format to movi and variable diati. First set name avi let 0 movai. Ella age avi let away. Ella mari mulla sometime avi requirement anga. Useful karai some logic. Kola con variable con a kai sequence movai koni kalana minimanatala. So ella use kirwai see. Okay, now we have made one more progress. And the last quick I don't think I will have time to do some practicals. Advanced data types are very unique to Python and very important to explore. Test so then you will become very good. So basically it's collections or arrays many of programming language in the usual go C, C++, Java, array concepts. So telemari it's a collection of items you see. So list many on the data type. Again, it's object-oriented programming. Anything in Python is object and the template is class. Okay. Class avi list class. Object-oriented telemari construct karta instant on the instant create how do we construct that instance? So constructor method list many on the method within bracket, okay, list or a square bracket to be on the instance create karwaya and the list variable may be create karwaya. So I example we LV many the list variable all LV many on the variable now see a list variable equal to the value kona maybe basic data type see numbers and strings see numbers manati integer float complex numbers see therefore one values single value go. But it's a collection of numbers or items means number item means later we are going to see it's not just numbers, it can have other than numbers also. Okay, so square bracket many how to list many so 11 22 33 44 55 many items bracket. So I want a list variable print karat as such print karatala sequence we said right in the for loop pro iterating variable in sequence many on the syntax it's valid here also. You can try here. You can print this 20 in TV TV na LV many rana list variable correct so list variable mo 20 say true or false okay. 44 list variable in operator use we can check the membership member ka say list which is now maybe membership operator is okay. Not in mulla try karwai 20 list many check here not in mulla check karwai. Okay, so list mulla and the string index based. So which is multiple items in one variable list manati, not just single variable. So multiple items. So, and it can be heterogeneous. Okay, that means it can have numbers, strings, even it can have the other advanced data types like tuple, set, dictionary, or so it can be mixed items of any data type. Okay, and it is ordered list and indexable. Index string is indexable. And it allows duplicates and it's mutable. Mutable means changeable. Change karwai. List order number avi modify karwai. Change karwai. Okay. So let's see where I can see as many indexable many. So index A of 1 minute 22 away. Index starting end the y. Starting unte the end the y. Okay, and step one tell at the start the any end the any telamari reverse mulla y minus the. So all this is possible. It's more like string and Some methods are there like length len to find out how many items are there in the list many. So it gives number of items in the list. And first item string mari 0 start kare. Then our last item index -1 reverse sums of y. And the range of index can be positive or negative. Let's here. So minus similar y plus similar y. Range manadi motta list on a sub list. The substring mari. So let the mari range the head y. And in and not in operator will work as well. So let's say maybe I'll go through Kelluvo. You don't have much time to go through in detail. Easy English mari is equal to insert karta, append karta, extend karta, remove karta, delete karta. So all this you can see. And tuple data type again construct another tuple within bracket. So the instance create karta use why instead of square bracket normal bracket. So bracket take for example tuple variable within normal bracket you have more than one value, multiple values, and of course heterogeneous. So number say, string say, float say. So again multiple items in one variable. And comma required for one item. The one item was not a tuple same one comma that you can note. Very tricky question. Sometimes interview you go all pusarasi. Again ordered and indexable, and it also allows duplicates. Duplicate y immutable ille. Note this point. Immutable means change karta musna. Program collection of data program by mistake change you will use tuple. Okay, change but sometimes tuple use at one point of time or modification workaround. Typecasting as you can convert one data to another data. So you can first convert it to list, do the modification and convert back to tuple. Workaround like this of y. Len it gives number of items in the list, and you can also pack and unpack using the star. For example, tuple I have 4 items, but 4 items 4 variable salary bonus first 2 item. Okay, Michampura Motanga variable on the PJ how did salary bonus star the others the first value salary in jade, second value bonus jade, Michampura element list to jade. Sometimes knowledge pura putty on a logic useful. Okay, the Lamari Hadata. Telemari Mavi first last number on the Dekidana, Adank Aitir Handa, Minahoteti, first star the rest. They come last day. First number on a cut in the Bailapura maybe Nanan list Satala and Sadananga Lagarta. When we have say 1,000 lines, 1,000 items, or 10,000 items, Ratala maybe some of the ideas will be useful. You can also use plus and multiplication for joining and multiplying the tuples. The work is over. There are some functions, important functions like you can count how many times the same item repeats. Tell us why. Ni on the index of a particular item. Next is set. It's also important advanced data type Python. Set set theory maximum Venn diagram so set again you can construct or you can create a set variable using this curly brace. Okay, we create say multiple items in one variable, and it can be heterogeneous including the list, set, dictionary y unordered. Mulla list tuple ordered list. The order index where index 0, 1, 2 many index unordered index unindexed no index, and they don't allow the duplicates. Duplicates they want idea sometimes use set use duplicates remove on the list variables you get duplicates set the data cast typecast set to machi peer list to machi list duplicate This idea also you can remember wherever it's required, you can apply. Immutable, unchangeable, but you can add and remove. Set to frozen set many concept. Totally mutable, immutable. Konni machata musna. Elamla tappu correct immutable, totally immutable. Alien gives number of items, and since there is no index, you cannot access the individual item. Individual item access like string list tuple pura kona index the on the item index junna they are individual items that we choose but you can loop through the set using the in operator loop mari on the item say how many presents check you can check using some of the methods here. So add, remove, say, discard, say, pop, say, clear, say, can delete. Then I set kartala elabora try kiri. So union karati intersection. So elabora method set diresi. And dictionary is also another advanced data type in Python. So we again same curly brace. So set in dictionary kai vidyas manati dictionary it's a key value pair. Like key value pairs karai unta. Like example in siyas manati name colon elaga value ela comma. So let's on a key value name and its value. Then the age colon the age. Ela key value pairs on a dictionary English dictionary English word right meaning right. So two things. Okay. So the key value pairs list set and it can be heterogeneous. So list to set dictionary values y. We want to version varaikkum unordered the by later we become ordered mini sangarasi. And again indexable manati it's indexable by key. Index 0 1 2 na. So index kona manati dictionary variable bracket name avi index 0 1 bodulu name demani manati. So that's the thing difference. They all no duplicate key. Duplicate key hatams na. Index thovi header same name I'm going to repeat karati it won't work. No duplicate keys. Of course, values are duplicate. Why now you would repeat for y values, but name key should be the only one. LV mutable. I can go and change the key value or the value of the key. Okay, some of the useful methods. I don't have enough time to go through this, and you can easily learn it. Try it. Yeah, I think I'm almost in the how day pro cover gitya uncho jibirasi musatti amene kodana dance kalle okay, I think so the email ID mo avi chat taidiras minute okay tairat and tawo to go mail a PowerPoint avi wo corrections keri see produng that dosu okay and a code avi practical way try karatemi, but I think we don't have much time in the Satana comment lagarasi. I mean, I'm going to try karenge. Okay. So with that, I will end this session. So just 1 or 2 sangunamana sangwai under 1-2 minutes of because I have taken more time under 1.5 hours at good enough. So we will start with the Python. So in the session, if you are very new, basics pura go through sonda class function assessment juku kestam konni follow karata juku kestam I thought okay to give some benefit to the new joiners in this forum quick musatiria but usual I take 3 days to cover. So instead of 3 days on just on arimuham on the orientation so start so choppat kanna interest involvement choppat kanna what time practice practice is very important available the computer and Google and browse you have n number of articles about Python, right? But then have you ever tried it? Have you ever experienced writing 1-liner, 2-liner? In the beginners, at least Python ideally won't install PyCharm install but later on we will use. But Python ideally won't use G ಅದ ಸಂಗೆ ಮಾರಿ ಅದಲ್ಲ ಇದರ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ವಿಂಡೋ ಆರ್ ವೈಟ್ ವಿಂಡೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಜ್ಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ 3 ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ಸ್ ಏಮನ ಪೈಥಾನ್ ಕನ್ಸೋಲ್ ಸೇತೆ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕುಟಿ ಕುಟಿ ಒನ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಸೇತಿ ಪೂರಾಯ್ತು ಮೀ ಟ್ರೈ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಮೆನತಿ ತುಂಗ ಉಂಟ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನು ಬೇರೆ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಉಂಟು ಹೈ ಓಕೆ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಉಂಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಅವಿ ತುಂಗ 30 minutes to 45 minutes പോയി മക്കളെ വരയ്ക്കും ഓക്കെ അല്ലേ 45 minutes മേബി സ്വന്തം ക്ലാസ് മുള്ള മുസേത് മുസനാജിയത് മേബി വീക്കെൻഡ് സൺഡേ തലമാരി മുസേത് മുള്ള ട്രൈ കരുവോ സോ അല്ലേ ഗുഡ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ടു സവിയാങ്ക അವಿ ಜರ್ನಿ ಚೊಕೊಟ್ ಹೈ ಅಂಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೈತಾ ಚೊಕೊಟ್ ಅವಿ ಓಪಾತ ಮುಳ್ಳೈ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎಂಡ್ ದ ಸೆಷನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಯು ಟುಮಾರೋ ಓಕೆ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್
नमस्कार दा
विष्णु संगो विष्णु
सुबर्गन होदेसी कमेंट्स आवेसी जुकुदेनो ईमेल धडी रासी मी तुम फॉरवर्ड कर रही रिकॉर्डिंग कर रही रिकॉर्डिंग अभी अपलोड कर मन रासी सो तेरा यूट्यूब चैनल मी अपलोड करूसु बट लिंक अभी आम्ही चैट व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप ताईस फडेंगन मंड्रिया तो तुंग दुसरं काही ती लाईक लिंक कोटी दुसरं कोटी शेअर करणार सांगवा I will upload and I'll let you know.
I think good enough. We will just put it in this PLL group. Good enough.
Okay da. And it said the Menganjol kaiti pusul na ya. I think we can have some intro.
Hi, Odana, we actually got to me Clara and Mulla. We had some 1-2 line intro. We pusile Mulla Vatakriya. Introduction Kalnathano Vatakanamana Vatakurwai. I think Waliaka Jayangaratano, if you want to say about you, just 1-2 line about your name and whether you are a student or you are a working professional, whether you are beginner to Python or you are beginner to programming or you are beginner to computers. So, variety set. Okay, so you can just say a few lines about you and we will spend some 5 minutes.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
I think more now Lilavati. Icarus, yeah?
Icarus. To me, I think last class I am in
last time join get.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, I think you are doing in KLN.
Nee. Me avino .NET.
Oh, you may have .NET work list मैंने करे थे. You said okay, Python हम अभी web application use कर रहे हैं मैंने कलाई ये तेरे मारे दूसरा code use कर रहा है मैंने कलाई मैंने संगे मतलब out and out दिया. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So me मधुरम री वते करते हैं और now लीलावती me .NET work के लिए सिर्फ है. So वो Python कलाना so learn करने में नहीं join करते हैं.
Okay, very good.
Thank you sir. चोकर sir तरक session चोकर initiate करते का जिको समझो so. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but the only expectation from me अभी to me अभी software अभी download करी install करी ऐले सहते हैं पूरा तुम्हें अभी केरी सीधी आसमान थी that is the good thing. तेला उन्टा करो तेला उन्टा request मंजूर सो बनी नहीं.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else who wants to give 1 line 2 line intro? Vishnu, why don't you say a few lines about yourself from Palkar?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Me अभी मरना विष्णु बेंगलुरु से था MNC team काम कर रही है. Python अभी मी काम रहता है. College time एल्जादु corporate अवतुरु networking होता है. So network को अभी libraries की use करी automation करना में जुक्कू interest मोगा. बट orlo sikli python avi kona use karu manadu cisco switches ki ami automate karan tela at least on the data collect karata I khobba switch up gansa kolla switch down gansa tadavi on the tool hodaya tela tool na hotan avarni tela tool python code integrate kari output hadattagu mo python जुको यूजफुल गन है python मिली यूज करे या VB script मिली यूज करे या so little bit here and there जुको on the basic level ही ना तक just more better on the understanding सहता है because me professionally implement करते सी after learning so little bit of knowledge तेला मारी आटू का वो experience है I'm from technical to non-technical background आता जिली सहता है मुसगती केली से Yes, over 10 plus years experience overall, not in one field, multiple profiles work at Resi. Atta we currently cyber security analyst can set.
Super. Okay, thank you, Vishnu. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Konti intro kelna tano just a few lines on go ani mena tamim salinga.
Sure. Chitranjali ನೋಡ್ದನು sir. I think I'll call out their name. Chitranjali ವತ್ತಗೆ 3
Then Vatakras.
Okay, Karthik Babu, Priya.
Chitranjali away from Bangalore many sangyasi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I
Priya,
think
Karthik Babu, Ramesh Babu.
Shrestha mala Bangalore. Karthik also brother of Shrestha many lagaras.
ರಮಣಿಂದ మీ రమేష్ వతారు విష్ణు రమేష్ వతారు అదే
Sangaram.
ಸೆಷನ್ ಜುಕು ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಸ್ ಜುಕು ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮೀಮ್ಲ ವಿಷ್ಣು మన నెట్వర్కింగ్ కామ్ గెలేసైతే అండ్ 10 ఇయర్స్ ఆన్ నెట్వర్కింగ్ ఫీల్డ్ ముసైతే సో మోర్ అబ్జెక్టివ్ గా ఏమనದು మీ అంటే పైథాన్ వెబ్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ மாதிரி ఉండే సిక్లేస్ అయితే కైది ఉండే వాల్యూ ఆట్ மாதிரி ಕೆನ್ನ ಮೆಡಿಕಿನ್ ఉండే ಆಟೋಮೇಷನ್ ದಿ ಅಲ್ಲದ ఉండే ಅನ್ನ ವೆಬ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ದಿ sometimes ಅವಿ ಮಾನಿಟರಿಂಗ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ కి ಜುಕು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಮೀ और ಮಾನಿಟರಿಂಗ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಗಿ और पर्टिकुलर डिवाइस ఉండే ఓఐడి ఖಲ್ಲಿ మానిటర్ కి కరత ముసనాದ மாதிரியான ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅವಿ और ನನ್ನ ಪೈಥಾನ್ ವೆಬ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ மாதிரி ಕೆನ್ನ ಮಣಿ ಮಗ ఉండే ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುअल ಸೊ ಸಿಕ್ಲೇಸ್ అయితే ಸೊ ತೆವಚಿ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅವಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಗಿಲಿಗ ಜುಕು ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಸ್
Yeah, very good.
Actually, Python use करदु ಏಗಪಟ್ಟ Cisco switches, firewall, ASCII theory तुम्ही data त्याला tool Bastion server म्हणे काही म्हणतात होलट रन त्याला खाली जिक्कू प्रॉब्लेम हवाय नेटवर्किंग बट डायरेक्ट लॉगिन SSH लॉगिन करके तुम्ही कोड रन करी डेटा हेडवाय एटलीस्ट रन टाइम सो नाइस ऑल द बेस्ट तुम्ही मोग त्याला केरास न मोग कंपनी डेटा निना आता कोड மட்டும் வதவா மீம்லி சீக்லியர் சொல்றாய்
Sure, கண்டிப்பா మీ అవి నెట్మికో ಮಿನಿ ಲೈಬ್ರರೀಸ್ ಅವಿ ಕೆರಸಿ ಸಿಸ್ಕೋ ಜುನಿಪರ್ ಸ್ವಿಚಸ್ ಉಂಡಿ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಇಡತ್ತೆ அடுத்து சில ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಇಡತ್ತೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆರಸಿ ಬಟ್ ಒಂದ ಗುಯಿ ಮಾದರಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ ಮೆಣಿಕಿನ ಒಂದ ಹೇಗೆ ವೆಬ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾದರಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ಕರತ್ತೆ ಮಾನಿಟರಿಂಗ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಮಾದರಿ ಒಂದ ಕೆರತ್ತೆ ತಲೆ ಮಾದರಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಕೆಲ್ಲಸತ್ತೆ ಆಕ್ಚುअली
Okay, I think we should connect more. Kamna netme ko me direct netme ko create karata ko me mail aski dhadi hai ya. But okay, we'll continue again some other time. Probably to me WhatsApp. WhatsApp group on a message tai suduva. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, this is actually in a way it's a networking mari asanka. So unte field में काम कर रहा था ना unte mari work कर रहा था पूरा it's useful to be connected, probably work together, and it's a win-win situation. Yeah, so उन्होंने कितना जना उन्होंने तो use करते हैं उससे मैंने it's saving time all this. So it's very good. I think I am taking more time. Let's meet tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we will have a 1 hour session for functions, Python functions.
8 o'clock, nada? 8 o'clock.
Same 7 o'clock India time 7 o'clock. So 7 to 8. 7 to 8 kaga choose kare manati it won't disturb the dinner time in India. As well as 6 aramche kai ho rasanati India state pura jukku early ho yaras 4 o'clock kamanat we do have other global programs. So US pura wo connect karna manati wo late 7 o'clock manat wo preferably thenga morning 5 6 for us most of the states. Thyalala 7 to 8 becomes very ideal. So dinner India affect karna हमारे इंडिया पूरा कनेक्ट करता हूँ मुझे बट सम कंट्रीज अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया पूरा कनेक्ट करता हूँ मुझे कामन माउना तेरे पूरा मिडनाइट कर है तो बोला ऑस्ट्रेलिया तवला न्यूजीलैंड तवला and most of the other countries timing अभी वो fit को है they all अभी let's have 7 to 8. Okay?
Sure. And WhatsApp please continue again context tholuva so that we also get motivated to create more such sessions.
Yeah. Sure. Basics pura GL we will invite some experts from industry to take some advanced topics. So tellanka useful kar hai. Then first basics pura go through gettinga. Then we will see if we have some experts on a particular domain chokat kaam kar raha tano. Ele effective Python use kale setano. So then we want a session had has been atyank chokat useful kar hai. So that we will do in the later stage. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all, and we'll meet tomorrow.
Thank
so
you.
The weekly once special session hall in the Friday. So otherwise, it's going to be weekly once only 1 hour. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.